Hello and welcome. This is the Market Wrap. I am Agam Vakil. What a start it's been to this week. We've seen the Nifty hit a new lifetime high, and this time for a change we've also seen it close above the 12,000 mark for the first time at a lifetime close. And that brings me to the big gainers for today. We do have gains across the board, and it's been pretty broad range. So when it comes to the Hero MotoCorp, Asian Paints from the paint sector, or something like an IndusInd Bank from the financial space. Good gains coming in from the mineral sector like Coal India, Reliance Industries, Yes Bank, HUL from the FMCG sector, along with Titan. All of them advancing, all of them pushing the Nifty higher by as much as 165 points. There's not too much to speak for losers, so I'm really not going to talk too much about it. Scale India losing out less than 1%. Again, on the broader markets, and when it comes to some of your gainers, the momentum clearly is with those advances. So Info Edge up 12.5%, Apollo Hospitals, Page Industries, Kaplan Point, Trent, Dr. Lal Pathlabs, all advancing by around 5.5%, more than that. Syntex Plastics, on the other hand, looking at a drop around 6%. Heritage Foods, Reliance Infra, and Vakrangi, among some others, which are showing some amount of weakness. But what a day it's been for the gainers. On that note, let me bring in our markets editor Neeraj Shah for his perspective. Neeraj Shah, what's your thought? Well, what an up move! It's a surprising one too. And I would reckon that we should start getting used to at least a 100-point move upwards, considering now that the base of the index is also expanding.
Yeah, so 100 points may not look as steep generally, but yeah, 1.5% today as well. And I guess it's only about flows, Agam. I mean, I don't know what other way to describe the move today. You could argue that two-wheelers had some positive outcome data, etc. Yeah. But Reliance up 2.5%, HDFC up. I mean, that the nature of the movers suggests that this is passive money coming in, not thinking about valuations, wanting to get a slice of India because of whatever might be happening, crude falling, stability in government, what have you. But I reckon that is the thing, because I distinctly remember the commentary this morning was that ahead of the policy and a truncated week, maybe the markets would play a bit safe. Right. This is anything but safe on a day when the entire rest of the world markets are all in the red. We are the only one in the green, and in the green by a substantial margin. Yeah. Now, whether this corrects itself in the next couple of days remains to be seen, but it's become a pattern, right? Almost every single day we start off flattish, and then in the second half tend to move up higher.
Yeah, so, right.
Interesting times for the bulls. It's great news. Let's see how long it lasts.
Absolutely. Thank you, Neeraj, for that perspective there. So, well, absolutely. We're all smiles here when it comes to the markets for now. And we're going to have to wait and watch as to how long this will stay. But on that note, let me also talk about the auto sector. What we're witnessing is that we've seen a lot of volumes coming in the auto sector. And what's also happened is that while we've seen a decline in these volumes are higher than estimates. So let me bring in Yatin Mota here to tell us a little more about how volumes have panned out for the month of May. Yatin?
Agam, clearly auto companies strong rally in trade today, but the numbers were not that strong. If you look at Maruti Suzuki, in the month of May, we saw a decline of 22% in volumes. Tata Motors a 28% decline. Even if you look at the top gainer today, Hero MotoCorp, there also we saw 8% decline year on year when it comes to the March sales. For example, Royal Enfield, 17% decline there, and the stock was up. Probably the markets are now started to factoring in a pickup which is expected post the rate cut which is around the corner by the RBI very, very shortly. Probably companies like Maruti Suzuki now believing that August is the month wherein we could see some growth in volumes. That is what R.C. Bhargav told us when he was speaking to Bloomberg Quint on the monthly sales number. So clearly at this point in time it looks like the worst is behind us. We have a decisive government. May was an election month. Probably the numbers were slow according to auto companies there, but from here on there is a hope that rates will come down. Industry is demanding a GST cut, and more importantly industry is hoping that August, September onwards we could see some growth. So on the back of that we are looking at some good gains coming in for the entire auto sector. Hero MotoCorp up 6%, TVS Motors, Ashok Leyland, Bajaj Auto, all of those commercial vehicle players and two-wheeler players, top gainers. In fact, Maruti Suzuki also was up 2.5%. So, barring one or two auto ancillaries, all the OEMs, ended with gains for trade.
What a strong day for the automakers. Yatin, thank you for bringing us those details. Of course, we'll continue to track more volume deals coming out. But for now, I also want to bring attention to another stock, that's Page Industries. Well, one of those counters which is historically known to, well, have always traded at relatively high valuations. What emerged out of after Page Industries earnings just a week or two ago was that some analysts were raising concerns with respect to growth, especially on the back of the fact that they had a weak fourth quarter. Today, Page Industries advanced by well over 5 or 6%. It was up as much as 1,345 points at around 21,100, and it is currently at a 6-month high. I also want to bring into notice, however, the consensus, which isn't exactly positive. Sure, we do have more buys in compared to sells, but if you look at the holds and the sells together, they trump the number of buys. And in the recent times too, you will see some amount of concerns emerging for Page Industries. So while a lot of those who have maintained their ratings, there are also a handful of downgrades, and from what I can see, there are significant amount of either holds or negative ratings as far as Page Industries is concerned. So this is largely on account of the growth prospects as well as the valuations at which Page Industries is currently trading at. But for now, investors are taking and digging into this particular stock, and clearly that's the reason why we've seen this stock advance by around 5.5%. So we're going to have to keep an eye on this one as well. It is a relatively volatile counter too. On that note, it's a wrap on this edition of the Market Wrap. Lots more lined up. Stay tuned to Bloomberg.